What's up, Virgo? We got a card pulled from the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck by Adriana Ayales, and we're going to look at the card description, but then do the reading thereafter, okay? So, this particular card is Mukina, with the subtext of journey. State of transition. Leaving behind what is familiar, moving toward the unknown, connection to a higher mind, trusting higher consciousness. The large velvet beans of the Mucuna, also called Nescafe, have been roasted and ground to make a coffee substitute for hundreds of years, but the plant was used in traditional healing remedies for thousands of years before that. In Ayurvedic medicine, and is known as kapikachu, and used to treat parasites, stress, anxiety, rheumatic disorders, menstrual issues, diabetes, and even cancer. In India, it was considered as an aphrodisiac, menstrual promoter, uterine stimulant, nerve tonic, and blood purifier. In traditional Chinese medicine and Taoist herbal tradition, Mukina was categorized as a vital essence or jing, enhancing herb. Plants that fall into this category are immensely rejuvenating. Mukina has a deeply restorative effect on the brain, nervous system, and hormonal systems. It is believed that jing leaks as we age or suffer a lot of stress, but plants like Mucuna replenish it. Modern studies have identified Mucuna pruriens as an alternative treatment for Parkinson's disease. Its naturally occurring high concentration of L-DOPA causes the brain to release dopamine, stimulating the pituitary gland, producing human growth hormone, and raise testosterone levels. Mucuna is ruled by both Mercury and Uranus, as many of its chemical assets stimulate key neurotransmitters in the brain, also known as the molecules of higher consciousness. It directly ignites the pineal gland, also known as the third eye, the seat of the soul. Mukina energizes and activates the subtle pathways of the body, mind, becoming one with nature's greatest consciousness and enhancing plants. You may be in a state of transition. This is the guidance portion. You may be in a state of transition, about to leave a familiar territory and initiate a new journey. Something in your gut is telling you it's time for a shift, to enter a new physical space and or field of awareness. The powers of both Mercury and Uranus oftentimes appear as spontaneous opportunities out of the blue. This is the power of the higher mind, magnetizing opportunities that match your spirit's frequency. Don't resist the journey in the name of comfort. The overwhelming rush of emotions that rise before big opportunity is signaling opportunities for growth. While the waters may seem turbulent at times, the sea of opportunities ahead will be tranquil. Let go of whatever is holding you back, be it from the past or present, and hold your gaze steadily into your future self. First off, I'll say, if you guys have been thinking about the concept of going on a journey of some kind, this may be affirmation for that, in terms of actually exploring that particular journey. And this is, I'm not sure exactly, so I'll just throw this out here. I got a feeling of this is familiar. It feels familiar to me. And I don't know why exactly I got that feeling, but I feel like that was definitely something that maybe some of you can kind of see. Uh, this idea of leaving behind what is familiar, it can be scary for a number of reasons, and I think you guys, like, maybe you should understand the idea. I'll put this out here, I guess. The idea, I actually like ended up like kind of starting over, I guess. But the idea here is like, well, no, it was it it is kind of starting over, because I did kind of use things from my past life to get me here in a way. But the idea here is that I had to leave like my hometown, and I think a lot of you guys may need to kind of get to that understanding, to where like the chains of really familiarity are strong when you're in those environments, right? But when you unbuckle those chains, like picture an elephant like being tied to a plastic chair, like like, I want you guys to understand that leaving the environment, what happens after the expiration, a lot of you guys may be really being subtly like manipulated into believing that this environment that you're in now is the best place for you, it's the safest place for you, it's the place that's the most predictable. And it may not be. And that's what's very powerful about it. It may simply not be. It may not be the best place for you. It may not be where you're supposed to be in life. It may be very limiting to where you're at and where you're supposed to go. You don't want to simply just stay where you are because it's safe, right? Because it's familiar. It's not a good excuse, and it is not a. It's very, very much going to limit your ability to journey, to really take on the journey that leads you to a life that you will have. Really, imagine having stories on your deathbed, like being able to look back at life and understand that, hey, I did these things were valuable to me, and why they were valuable. Okay, so understand that, right? And there is no element of, oh, I'm too old to do these things. That's not a good excuse. It's never a good excuse. You can do them. You can totally start, right? The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Like, you need to understand that. And there's a very like that built up reservoir that a lot of maybe a more older people may think that are kind of drag them back, are going to be literally like, when they actually step outside of a comfort zone, they're going to be things that they can use. They're going to be tool sets that they can use and really take advantage of. This idea of what needs to happen, what you guys can do, start to see that this isn't we don't have to necessarily be in this environment. We don't have to participate in a sick society in terms of relying on it. I think we do have to we may have to participate to some degree in a lot of cases, but we don't have to necessarily rely on it. We don't have to build our lives around really depending on this sick society. We can start to transcend this idea, this concept of what we really want society to look like, and make our lives reflect that, right? It's a very, very important thing that people understand that, hey, look, we're not limited. We're not limited by these things that, like that elephant in the plastic chair. Like, people have to stop thinking that, this, your friends, your family, your job or whatever. Stop thinking that those things are good excuses in so many different cases. A lot of times they aren't. And especially the concept of age. That's not an important thing. It's never going to be a limiting factor. When you choose to move forward in life, these things are going to make themselves known to be complete frauds. Don't make these things your plastic chair that keeps you in a place. Don't make excuses. And when it comes down to this idea of developing, we need to also see the idea of what life really looks like outside of this particular environment, right? How factual they are. Start kind of measuring things. If you want to kind of if you're still hesitant, measure it out. Measure out the statistics that things will go wrong in your particular case, your particular scenario, when you start to take this journey on, right? I guarantee you, I thought about a quote, the cost of this journey now, even if you find it to be quite high, right? I guarantee you, by the time you look back on your life as a person who didn't go on this journey, you'll know that price could have been, or that price is so much higher than you really understand it to be. So understand that and start looking at that, because you need to let go of a lot before you're able to really grab something else, okay? And start to understand what you really have in your hand, because a lot of us have a lot of things that just aren't necessary, aren't really something that add on to our journey in general, right? What we want to really do in life. So start to evaluate that and look forward, and keep trying to build this person who you really are. And even if you don't take the journey, start building the person who does, take the journey. Start baby stepping into that, right? And this is we're talking about. We're talking about actually living a genuine life. So you don't have to don't be caught up into what needs to happen right now. Just understand that what you want to be and where you want to go. And if anything, that's going to be the end for this reading. I really do hope you have a good week. and also I'll see you next week. Thank you.